What's up, everyone? So, I'm bringing a video today about the stocks here on the left: Amazon, Tesla, Facebook, three tech stocks, and then a little bit airlines: United, Southwest, and Azul, but also threw Boeing in there and Nordic. I just want to bring up a little bit of tech, Amazon and Tesla, because if you guys saw, Elon Musk put out a tweet about Amazon being a monopoly and it should be broken up. And it looks like both of their share values dropped off of that. It was, I believe, on Thursday. And I mean, it was like, right. Yeah, it was in the 25. Well, Amazon has been fighting the $2,500 range and always hitting resistance. But off of that tweet, it came down. Now, it's not really like it's bad news, but it's just uncertainty like of what's going to happen with that. And Tesla share value, same thing. They ever since they hit 900 off the success from SpaceX, they've been having resistance close to the 900. But ever since he put out that tweet, it just came back down as well, and which is interesting because I think a day before that he said that he was going to be off Twitter, but then he popped up the next day and put that out. Now, and if you're wondering, yeah, Tesla is not related to SpaceX, but Elon Musk is the CEO, so in a way, if you can't buy SpaceX, you can at least buy Tesla. So that's the kind of that's what they have in common, and that's why I use Tesla as the indicator for Elon Musk. And I also have Facebook in here because of what's been going on with Twitter and Facebook with Trump's news about social media having too much power, and also how Zuckerberg has seen backlash from his employees not agreeing with his choices. I'm not gonna get political, but I'll just pretty much put out what's been going on and kind of like read the chart a little bit off of that. And then, so I got airlines in here too. I got United, Southwest, and Azul. Nothing really specific going on with them, but if you've missed the run up this last week, which was it was like a 10% gain from Wednesday all the way to the end of the week. There's one that hasn't, it's gone up, and it's Azul, but it hasn't gone up like the rest. I know it's not an international. It's based out of Sao Paulo. So it's not a U.S. airline, but it's on a U.S. market. So if you're still trying to see what you can get for a good discount without like buying the highs, then this might be one you can look at. And then I got Boeing in here. I want to just kind of look at their chart for a little bit, and then I got Nordic American Tanker. They had the run up at the end of the week as well. Nothing like the rest of the stocks. They didn't have a smooth run up or like jumps or climbs, but towards the end they actually did kind of come up. They've been doing that for like the last month. Like they'll kind of go up and then shoot down. Let me see. Let me get right here in the chart. Go up and then just come back down. Go up, come back down, go up, and then. But I feel like they hit their lows. It might be coming up. See, I have my 16-day moving range right here, or moving average, and I'll get into that in a little bit. So pretty much what I want to start off is with Amazon and Tesla. So yeah, Elon Musk put out that tweet that monopolies should be broken up, and he's considering Amazon as a monopoly. They're pretty huge, so he clearly doesn't like that. Now, some people said that Tesla's gonna be really huge, so in a way, they might become a monopoly with the battery world. Then again, that's speculation. I'm not really saying that as in it's gonna happen. I'm just putting it out there like another perspective. But yeah, so Amazon, it's for like the last couple weeks, my bad. They've been hitting the $2,500 range, and then just coming back down, and then climb up here back to close to the $2,500 range, but then come back down. I know they didn't hit 25 around these prices, but if you're looking at pre-market, you'll be able to see that they've been getting pretty close. It'll have that run up, and it gets pretty close, but just keeps on hitting resistance. And I believe one day, I think it broke it. Now it wasn't necessarily because of the tweet that it came back down, but it's been fighting 2,500. So, and people want to lock in profits. So yeah, unless they're swing trading, then that's another good way to do it right now. Um, yeah. So once the tweet came through, um, shoot, Amazon's been fighting the $2,500 range, and it kind of just brought it down to like 2560, 20. Oh, sorry, my bad. 2460, 2440, and just kind of came up off of that. Maybe it's gonna try the $2,500 range again. And what's interesting right now is that Bezos hasn't really given a response to what Elon Musk said. Now they're both billionaires, but Bezos being the bigger millionaire, the billionaire. It's gonna be interesting if he responds, and if he doesn't, then we'll probably just see this news die out, and that'll be it. But who knows? We might see a response, and out of that response, I'm not sure if we'll see Tesla go down as well. Not because Bezos is better than Elon Musk, but pretty much when one company messes with another company, it looks like investors don't like that. So same way as Elon Musk put out a tweet, Amazon came down. It was like the middle of the. It was on Thursday. It was like the middle of the day, I believe, like noon. So yeah, Elon Musk put out the tweet, Amazon came down, but the same way Tesla came down. So if Bezos does put out any kind of response, it'll be interesting to see what happens. My take is that it'll probably come down. They're both been hitting highs for like the last couple of weeks. So for them to come down, it'll make sense. And who knows? They'll probably just start new drama and hurt their own shares. But the economy's opening back up, so who knows? This might just die off, and then it'll keep on going up from here. So here we go. This is my 16-day moving average. Usually, I use this as an indicator of when to buy and sell. Tesla's up above it, so it to me they're following it. It's not like it's crazy, like far from the moving average. But if you see it right here, it's kind of just staying steady, which is good, and there hasn't been much change. So if you're already holding them, then that's good. And same for Amazon. I believe their moving average is staying steady as well. There you go. They're following it right there. So if it breaks 2,500 and it's managed to stay above it, that'll be pretty cool. I got Facebook up here. So you got the news about social media, and then Zuckerberg not taking any action against Trump, and then his employees not liking it. This is the 1 week chart right here. I believe once Zuckerberg didn't take any action towards Trump's comments or what he's been doing on social media, investors tend to like that because they're not being too political, and they can't really be on either side. So it's not like they're hurting the company, which is better in their case, But then I'm guessing like this is from the employees, kind of showing some backlash, and yeah, this is just, I guess it's normal fluctuation. But we'll see what happens throughout this week. This is all still fresh news, and yeah, they're staying just like Amazon and Tesla, right above their moving average. Well, the moving average I have set up, so they're still pretty good right now. If you're already holding them, then that's pretty good investment. There's no real reason to sell them right now. They're a tech company, so tech company's been doing really good. Now for the airlines, we've seen that in this last week they had their biggest run up since the drop, or in my opinion. Let's see. Yeah, actually, well, the first bounce after the drop, right here, that was their first biggest run up, and then it's just been fluctuating up and down a lot for like the last couple months. But in this last week, airlines have really moved. If you didn't buy in the middle of the week, beginning of the week, and you feel like you're missing out, it's still early. But if you also feel like you don't want to buy the highs, then it's okay to hold back. Now the highs were for United Airlines in the 80s before the drop, so it's halfway there. it's still a pretty good discount. It's like it's a 50% discount. But then again, the business, it hasn't recovered 50%, so pretty much buy in at a percentage. Don't buy in with what you intend to hold years from now. Um, so if anything, right here you'll see that it had this run up, and then after it reached, oh dang, yeah, it reached almost 50. Okay, so and it had a correction, kind of came back down. So for the next month, if you see this right here, let me draw a trending line. This is what I'm anticipating. So if you see the share value come back down closer to its moving average, it's not really that's gonna like drop down like another market crash. If anything, it's just gonna be having corrections while it's climbing. So for right now, it did hit 49. It's back down to 42. It's lower than what it was on the beginning of Friday. So in a way, I guess that is a pretty good buying point. But I feel like it's got to follow this moving average. So I have them up here, and Southwest, same deal. In the last week, it's been moving up. Actually, since the beginning of the week, it's been moving up compared to United. It started moving in the middle of the week. Yeah, it started moving in the middle of the week, but Southwest started moving since the beginning of the week, and they had a pretty good correction as well, from 41 to 37, and now it's just kind of gonna level off. Same deal. Draw a trending line. This is what I see coming up. We're gonna probably have the share value fluctuate, but if anything, now that airlines are gonna be back to work, or I mean they've been working, but like gonna generate more volume than they have been, we should be seeing this kind of share value like fluctuation. And so yeah, if you feel like that it's too late to buy in, there's this airline. It's not it's not a U.S. airline, but it hasn't recovered how the others have. They, before the dip, they were around $40, like low 40s to mid 40s, and in the last few months, they have bounced and then just fluctuated like the other airlines. But in the last week, they started recovering just like the rest. But if you look at their share value, they're about to hit 13, right? But if you look at their previous value, it was $40. So their 50% value is in the 20s. The other airlines, the U.S. airlines, have already hit that. They've already hit like Southwest was 60 before this. They actually passed their 50%. They're like close to 40, so they're both 30 already. Same with United Airlines. They were, oh snaps. Yeah, they're 80 now. They're above 42, so they're above the 50% value. And so if you want to take a risk, they're one that you can kind of like just jump into right now, since they haven't reached that. They're $7 away. It's a short squeeze, but if it happens, then sweet. But I also recommend you look into their condition, like what kind of news is going on with them over there in Sao Paulo. You don't want to get stuck holding them and then having to wait to come back to $13. But if you look at them for what they used to be worth, they're still a pretty good buy, especially after looking at their 5-year chart. They were climbing pretty steady, and after the dip, they just plummeted. So if you really want to grab an airline, Azul is still at a discount. I mean, all the airlines are at a discount, but compared to the United Airlines, the U.S. airlines, Azul is one that hasn't got to like their 50% range. So I got Boeing here. Let's see. So we saw Boeing lead the market. This thing took off last week. I'm holding shares, and then I had a contract sold early. Did not expect this run up, But also, I jumped into another contract. I got a call and a put right at the $200 range, in case it comes back down. I'll just like let go of the put once it's low enough. But if it keeps climbing, then I'll have the call and just kind of ride that as well. Um, yeah, if you look at the moving average, you might look at this and be like, "Oh, it's too late to buy in. It's kind of running up too much." Oh snaps! Let me try that again. Whatever. So this is how I see the moving average for all the airlines and all like the aero and defense stocks. Um, but then again, anticipate a correction, kind of like coming down like this. Just as the moving average moves up, expect the share value to fluctuate, because this is a pretty good run up. This is like a 1 month chart, so this angle is straight up right here. Let's see, that's a pretty high angle right there. It should literally angles, I like them to be kind of more in this range, kind of like closer to 45 degrees, not so much 90 degrees, So if anything, we should see the share value fluctuate and kind of follow the moving average. And then yeah, so I'm gonna hold that and see how it plays out until I feel comfortable letting go of the calls or the puts. And then I just put it here, Nordic American Tanker. It's been a while since they've kind of had a green day. Now, if you bought in before it had the run up, I think right here in the mid twos, and it had run up, man, it did that twice. A lot of people bought in. I think in pre-market it hit $9, and it's just been on a steady decline ever since. And I actually picked up 2 call options, 2 $8 strike calls for 2021, so January, and I got them fairly cheap. They're $20. I simply got them because I saw this run up. Well, actually, everything was running up. I saw this run up coming. When it came down, I saw this run up coming up right here, and I got the call option right below the $4.40. And my contract hasn't gained value, but if they start to follow their moving average, then hopefully, let's go right here. I'm gonna draw the trending line. If they start to follow their moving average first, we should see it kind of like curve up that way. But then in time, let me try this again. It's been on a steady decline, but on the last week, after the last couple of days, it's finally started to move. But if it follows its moving average, we should see it start to climb up slowly, and then after that, this is when I'm anticipating another swing. I'm gonna move this over here. Oh damn it. Well, yeah, pretty much I expect to see it, the moving average kind of start to swing up, and after that, hopefully it'll just keep on climbing, because they are making profit and they are giving more dividends than they previously were in the last quarter. So for their share value with their share value and their dividend payout, their percentage is pretty good. So I picked up shares and I got these contracts for the long term. It's a small position. I think I got like 40 shares in total, just to hold for the dividends, just to see if it becomes like a growth stock as well throughout the year. With the contracts that they have for holding oil, they seem like a pretty good investment right now. So I just jumped into that. Nothing crazy, just kind of keeping it small, playing it safe. And yeah, that's what I have for today. Just want to kind of touch up on all these things, a little bit of tech, a little bit of a little bit of tech, a little bit of the airlines, and a little bit of oil. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please tune into the next one, and I'll see you guys there.